Guys, this Raiders camp has been absolute fireworks. And I'm not exaggerating. A $35 million veteran just lost his starting job to a rookie. Yeah, that happened. But that's just one piece of a wild puzzle unfolding in Vegas. Okay, let me ask you, if you're the Raiders, are you really going to trust Jordan Meredith at center long term? Or is this just a stopgap to get the best five on the field? Drop your take in the comments. What's up, Raiders fans? Welcome to the NFL Playbook Raiders. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about breaking down everything you need to know about the Raiders. Okay, I will start with cornerbacks, and among all, JT Woods stands tall. Guys, this dude is showing out. Since the pads came on, he hasn't just looked fast. We knew about the 4.36 speed, but he's been bringing the physicality. This guy is long, rangy, and flat-out aggressive. The coaching staff gave him first-team reps at corner, and he's making the most of them. You gotta remember, Pete Carroll loves athletic, competitive DBs, and JT Woods is checking every box right now. Now, the cornerback room is crowded, and this is really good for the Raiders. Eric Stokes, Darian Porter, Jacorian Bennett, Dekamarion Richardson, but Woods is fighting his way into serious playing time. And speaking of Darian Porter, his battle with Dante Thornton Jr. has been one of the best one-on-one matchups in camp on day 7. Darian Porter came down with an interception and kept showing off that length and athleticism. Thornton, to his credit, made some big plays too. These two are sharpening each other in practice, and it's going to shape both the CB and WR depth charts. Now, on the flip side, let's talk about Lonnie Johnson Jr. Guys, he's not looking good. He got cooked by the tight ends. Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers both lit him up. Geno Smith and Chip Kelly were scheming up matchups, and Johnson just couldn't keep up. The size, the roots, the versatility, it was too much for him. He couldn't handle all. It's a serious concern, especially if you're trying to slow down elite tight ends. Now let's shift to the trenches. And this is where it gets spicy. The Raiders made some big changes on the offensive line. Jordan Meredith has been taking first-team reps at center, and that move allowed them to move Jackson Powers-Johnson out to right guard. That surprised a lot of people. JPJ was drafted to be a center, and he's got all-pro potential there. But hey, he's got guard experience, and they clearly want him on the field. At left guard, Dylan Parham bulked up to 332 pounds, up from 310, which is a big move for handling those elite interior guys. But the real headline? It's Alex Cappa, the $35 million man who was nowhere to be seen in that starting unit. He's losing ground, plain and simple. Injury issues, inconsistent play, and now he might be on the outside looking in. On left tackle, Colton Miller is locked in. Right tackle, DJ Glaze. And this line, with that new setup, graded out at a B+ on day 7. Solid performance, lots of upside if the chemistry continues to build. Dylan Parham is still at left guard, and he's developing nicely. But let's be real, he's going to be targeted. Elite defenses are going to isolate him in critical third down situations, especially with guys like Chris Jones and Jalen Carter across the line. If Parham doesn't step up in one-on-ones, it could become a real liability, and that leads to a bigger worry. This interior trio, Meredith, Parham, and JPJ, could be exposed if defenses start scheming for it. You get a one-tech over Meredith, force a double team, and now Parham's left out to dry. That's a big problem. Long-term, a lot of folks think JPJ needs to be back at center. That's where he's elite. That's where he can grow into an all-pro. Right now, the Raiders are making it work, but are they delaying his full potential? That's the question. And hey, don't sleep on Caleb Rogers. He's not in the mix just yet, but he's looming. If he's ready later in the season, it could allow JPJ to move back inside and give the Raiders a better long-term setup. Meanwhile, Ashton Jeanty is making a serious name for himself. This dude is a bulldozer. He's compact, low to the ground, and just refuses to go down. One play, he literally dragged Dekamarion Richardson 4 yards after contact. That kind of effort, that's what gets your teammates hyped. And it's not just the coaches noticing. His jersey is flying off shelves. The fans are all in on this guy. And now at wide receiver, the slot and WR2 spots are getting really interesting. Tre Tucker is starting to separate himself as the clear WR2 behind Ladd McConkey. His timing and chemistry with Geno Smith have taken a big step forward. Dante Thornton Jr. and Jack Bech are pushing hard too. And Alex Bachman? He's been tearing it up in the slot with Aiden O'Connell, drawing comparisons to a Julian Edelman-type role. That's how deep this receiver room is getting. And let's not forget those tight ends. Michael Mayer had back-to-back touchdowns in team drills, and Brock Bowers added another score while lining up literally everywhere. Inline, slot, even out wide. Chip Kelly is making tight ends the centerpiece of this offense, and it's working. Defenses can't figure out how to stop them, and they're already becoming nightmare mismatches. That's going to be a huge storyline this season. And the Raiders' red zone offense, once a long-standing weakness, is showing major improvement, and credit goes to the emergence of Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers. In the past, the team often struggled to capitalize on long drives, stalling near the goal line. But now, with these two physically dominant and versatile tight ends who can create mismatches, the Raiders are becoming far more efficient inside the 20-yard line. Mayer and Bowers can both separate from coverage and make contested catches, giving Geno Smith reliable targets in tight spaces. The team also has additional red zone threats like Dante Thornton, whose size and athleticism offer jump ball potential. With this revamped arsenal, the Raiders have no excuses. They should be able to finish drives with touchdowns, not field goals. And that shift could be a game changer for their offensive success. One concern, though, Tyree Wilson was missing from practice, and nobody knows why. No official update yet. That's not ideal, especially with Christian Wilkins still out. They need Wilson to take a big step this year, and this silence is making people nervous. Over on defense, Darian Porter is having himself a camp. In one-on-one drills, he locked up Tommy Mellott and came away with a pick. Just textbook stuff with length and timing. Meanwhile, Jacorian Bennett. Man, he's been sliding. Demoted to second and third team reps. Not performing consistently even against backups. That's a tough break. Guys like JT Woods, Porter, Richardson, and Eric Stokes are flying up the depth chart. And speaking of Jack Bech, he's coming on strong. Once buried in the depth chart, now he's making highlight grabs and earning real attention from the coaches. He could easily sneak into that WR three-quarter spot if he keeps trending like this. So the Raiders roster, particularly on offense, is shaping up to be one of the strongest in recent years. There's a growing sense of confidence in how well-balanced and versatile the unit looks heading into the season. Geno Smith now has an impressive array of weapons at his disposal, giving the offense multiple ways to attack opposing defenses. Two of the biggest standouts have been tight ends Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers. Both have been consistently productive in red zone drills, showing off their size, athleticism, and ability to separate from defenders. They've become mismatch nightmares, too fast for linebackers and too strong for defensive backs. Their presence alone elevates the team's red zone efficiency, which has historically been a weakness for the Raiders. Running back Ashton Jeanty is also turning heads with his elusiveness and physical running style. He's proven tough to bring down, even for defenders in full pads, and looks ready to contribute right away. So, what do you think? Share your thoughts in the comment section.